It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. So glad you're here with us today. We have two outstanding elementary schools here in our elementary competition as we head into the second half of this, our 38th year of games here in Prince George's schools. We test scientific literacy and we invite you to test your own play along, see how many questions you can get right at home. Let's meet our teams. First from Capitol Heights Elementary, say hello to Atticus. Wave to everybody, Atticus, and all of the Capitol Heights team. They're wearing matching shirts there. Dwayne is the captain. Hey, Dwayne, nice to have you. And Nicholas is here. Hey, Nicholas, good to have you on the show. I see a flask on there. You got all the science equipment represented. They're playing against Tulip Grove. Hey, Tulip Grove, Ethan is here. Look at those bright shirts over there with the scientific symbols from the periodic table. Isaiah is here. Hey, Isaiah, he's the captain. And Jeffter is here too. He's ready to mix it up. We're going to have a great game here today. Here in the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of questions. If you're not familiar with them, let's share them with you right now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here in the Science Bowl, our game board shows question difficulty. Easier questions on the left, worth 5 and 10. Tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest in each category. Both teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. And in today's 2 rounds, one of these talented, good-looking teams will come back to play our game again against Beacon Heights to take the next step in our competition toward maybe a county championship. Let's make sure everything works properly before we start. Dwayne, give that buzzer a push. All right, it looks good. It sounds good. Good luck to you guys. And Isaiah, how about your buzzer? It seems A-OK as well. Good luck to that team over there. All right, you guys are terrific. May the better team win. You've won already just by being here representing your schools. We go alphabetically. Capitol Heights, C, before Tulip Grove, T. So Dwayne, let's do it. Go.
Potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25, big one in that category. Teams. A Maltese is a kind of dog. Maltose is a kind of sugar. And maltase is one of these E-initialed chemicals that helps you digest your food. Tulip Grove.
Enzymes.
Enzyme. Thank you, Jeffter. Yes, indeed. Good assist on that. Good. You got your first point. Go. Green. Isaiah.
Okay. Yes. Green things for 15.
Green for 15 points. The best way to water your lawn is with drip irrigation, which means the roots get most of the water instead of losing it to what process? Dwayne, Capitol Heights.
Transpiration.
Not transpiration, no. Tulip Grove. What process?
Evaporation.
Evaporation, yeah, very close, very close. Go again, green. Isaiah, go.
Oh, yes, sorry. Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Multiple choice. If someone suffers from hyperhidrosis, do they burp frequently, fall asleep in the middle of the day, or sweat a lot? Capitol Heights.
Sweat a lot.
Yeah, they're sweating all over the place. Yeah, they're soaked to the skin. Hyperhidrosis. Good. Now you're on the board. Go. Red.
Body systems for 20.
Body for 20. A bicuspid is the name of a heart valve, as well as this other body part. A bicuspid is a what, Capitol Heights?
An artery.
Not an artery. Good try. A bicuspid is a heart valve. It is also one of these body parts. It's a tooth. You have bicuspids up here. Next to your, it's a premolar. Try again, red. Go, Dwayne.
Science potpourri for 20.
Yeah, right. Potpourri for 20 points. The mythological Prometheus, who stole fire from the heavens and taught humans how to use it, was one of these T initial gigantic...
Titans.
Yeah, Atticus is yelling, Titan, Titan, Titan. That's exactly right. Thanks, Atticus. Good. And just wait till we acknowledge you before you say your answer. I love your spirit, though. Good. Titan it is. Go, Dwayne.
Body systems for 25.
Body for 25. You know, it was once thought that taking an aspirin a day could prevent heart attacks and strokes. Now, it's thought they can lead to a person getting anemia, which is a dangerously low supply of these cells, abbreviated RBCs.
Cells.
Wait until we acknowledge it. Wait till we acknowledge it. Go Capitol Heights. Go ahead.
Red blood cells.
That is it. All right. Again, I like your enthusiasm. Just wait until we acknowledge you. All right. Red blood cells. That puts you in the lead. Capitol Heights, you're at 110. Tulip Grove right behind. Nip at your heels at 90. You have the advantage, Dwayne. Go. Red. Dwayne.
Let's get physical for 20.
Physical for 20 points. Question is as follows. Since this P initialed gas, frequently used in homes, has no smell, it is odorized with something called mercaptan that smells like rotten eggs to let you know if there's a leak or your tank is running low. Name that P initialed gas, Capitol Heights.
Phosphorus.
Not phosphorus, good try. You had a chance to think about that, Tulip Grove. What is this P initial gas? Often used in homes. And they put an odorizer in there. Smells like rotten eggs to let you know if there's a leak.
Propane.
That's what I want to hear. Propane is it. Good. Nice comeback. Go. Green.
You didn't?
I want to say orange because you're all in red. Go green.
Okay. Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo for 15 points. All right. Dumbo, the movie elephant, had big ears to let him fly. But in real life, an elephant's big ears help it to communicate with others in the herd and to do this, often called thermoregulation. Tulip Grove.
To cool its body temperature?
Yeah, exactly. It waves its ears back and forth with all those blood vessels to dissipate all that heat. Nicely done. 125, 110. You're back in the lead. Go Tulip Grove.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, your question is as follows. The orbital path that the Earth takes around the sun is not circular. It's in this E initialed shape. Capitol Heights.
Elliptical.
You got that right. Thank you, Atticus. Nice assist there. All right, Capitol Heights. Advantage you. 5 points behind the lead. Go, Dwayne.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade 25. Big one in that category. Two-part answer. Listen carefully. Seals. There are two varieties of seals that are named for other animals. Listen to my description because you need them both. One is named after the world's largest land mammal, and the other, this beautifully spotted African feline. What two kinds of seals for 25 points? All right. Tulip Grove is talking among themselves in case I have to come to them, but Capitol Heights has rung in. Dwayne, can you give me both seals?
Leopard and elephant.
You got them both. Elephant seal and leopard seal. And that buzzer just sounded. That means we've come to the end of the first round. Look at that close score. Capitol Heights 145, Tulip Grove 125. We'll be back with round two in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Nice to have you here. Before we start the second half and ask more science questions, a few personal ones of our players today. Aren't that terrific? Let's go over to Capitol Heights and talk to Dwayne. Dwayne, who is the principal at Capitol Heights?
Our principal is Miss Berry.
Yeah, she's new this year, I think, isn't she? Yes. And who's the wonderful coach of your team?
Miss Nagaya.
Yeah, and she has been here with us many, many years. Daisy, thank you for all the work you do, all the preparation that you do for getting these students ready to be with us here. Alternates on your team. Did you have one?
Our alternate is Kalia.
It's a tough word to say, yeah. She's out there, and I know she worked hard with you guys, too. Something about your school that you think everybody should know. Brag about Capitol Heights.
Capitol Heights is a TAG Arts Integrate school, and it's dual language.
Wonderful, yes. So it's a wonderful place to be, and I've been over there a number of times for Career Day and some other kinds of important events. Wonderful place. What do you want to do someday, Dwayne?
I want to become a computer engineer or an NBA player.
Yeah, you're a great captain. I like your discipline, and I like you're cool-headed. You're cool-headed. That's what you need to be if you're the captain. Atticus, nice to have you with us today. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a web designer. I've already made a website. It's just not very good yet.
Yeah. Well, something tells me you're great with computers. And tell me, science may not be your favorite subject. I hope it is. What do you like best about school?
My favorite, well, science is one of my favorite subjects, but reading is the other one. I love reading.
I'm sorry, you were saying again?
Science is one of my favorite subjects, but my other favorite is reading.
That's wonderful. What do you do in your spare time, Atticus?
I love to play games, and I love to read. I also like to draw.
You're playing a good game, and I love how excited you get when you know an answer here. You know, that's all part of the game here. All right, we'll talk to Nicholas in just a few moments. Let's go over to Tulip Grove. And Isaiah, tell us the Tulip Grove story. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Professor Dr. Holmes.
Very good, yes, and very much behind you here. And who's your coach?
Our coach is Mr. Allen.
Yes, indeed. And I know how much effort he puts into this, too. Thank you, Sean, for all the work that you do in your support of Science Bowl here. Any alternates on your team, Isaiah?
Yes, we have Michael Herbert, Zachary Morris, and Angel Chavez.
Well, you did that without a cheat sheet. Yeah, a shadow team back there. Tell us something about Tulip Grove that's really cool. I know you were a blue ribbon school, I believe, not too many years ago. What do you like about Tulip Grove?
I like that our library is very big and it has a living plant wall.
Yeah, that's unique, isn't it? Mm-hmm. How are the plants doing?
They're doing fine and they're all green. Except for the dead ones.
So you all got green thumbs over there. Yeah. Tell me what you want to do someday, Isaiah.
I want to be a marine biologist, and I already have like lots of scuba gear and things. So.
That's cool. And to remind the audience, you've been here before. Nice to have you back. Jeffter was here before. Ethan is here the first time. And for those of you at home, on those T-shirts, Ethan designed these. You've got chemical symbols that spell out thinker. T-H-I-N-K and E-R. Who's going to tell me what the chemical symbols are? Isaiah.
So one of them says potassium.
Yeah. T-H I think is thorium.
Yeah, thorium.
And then I-N is indium. And K was the potassium you gave
potassium.
me. And then what's the E-R?
Erbium.
Erbium. Yeah, that's a strange one. Ethan, you had a great idea doing that. You really did. Ethan, let's talk to you for a second here. What do you want to do someday?
I want to grow up and be an astronaut. I just really like space.
I can see that you are just enthused about it. You want to go already. We were talking about this earlier, and I asked him where in the solar system he'd like to go, and he hesitated. And Mars, though, Mars struck a nerve. Yeah, might want to do that someday?
Yeah.
The Angry Red Planet, yeah. I remember that movie with Matt Damon when he was up on Mars and growing potatoes with his own waste.
I saw that.
Wasn't that great? It's just a great movie. What do you do in your spare time, Ethan?
I like to play video games and cook.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you're having a good time today. We're really happy to have you here. Jeffter, tell us about yourself. Why'd you want to come back? We love having you here, but what do you like about Science Bowl?
Well, the first year, it was like, I kind of got signed up by my coach, Mr. Allen, because I had no idea how to sign up. And this year, it was kind of because because last year we lost, so I wanted to come back and try and win this one.
Yeah, kind of a revenge appearance here. Let's get them this time, yeah. Oh, that's great. You know, because the first time is kind of overwhelming. The second time, you guys look a little calmer here. And what do you want to do someday, Jeffter?
I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Like nothing in specific really, just any type. I just want to work in the medical field.
I can see you being successful with that.
Just
Again,
like,
you have the right demeanor for that.
Also, my mother is in the medical field, so I want to be just like her. I love you, Mom. I love you.
She loves you too. What a nice thing to say. Thank you very much, Jeffter. Nice talking to you. And let's go back to Nicholas. We were just talking to everybody about themselves. What do you do in your spare time?
I code. Type my script that I am directing.
Yeah.
I also,
I know you want to be a computer person when you grow up, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what do you do in your spare time? I guess you spend a lot of time on your computer. What else do you do?
I play sports. My favorite sport is tennis. I also take care of my pets.
Pets, plural? How many
Yes.
do you have?
3.
What are they?
1 cat and 2 dogs.
Wow. And you make sure they get walked and fed and all of that stuff. You're a responsible young man, and we've seen that already. Let's get back into the game. Capitol Heights 145, Tulip Grove 125. It's a close one, folks. Red team, advantage you. Dwayne.
Let's get physical for 25.
Physical for 25, the big one in that category. This W initial term indicates how much power a light bulb consumes.
Watts.
Capitol Heights.
Watts.
Watts, yes, yeah, not the amount of light it generates, which is often confused. Nicely done. Good start. Go Red.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. You know, it's difficult for this procedure to take place on cacao trees, the source of chocolate. It's the chocolate tree. Because the flowers stick out directly from the trunk and they're hard to reach for this to happen. Hard to reach for what to happen, Capitol Heights?
Harvest. Harvest.
No, no. Tulip Grove, the flowers on the trunk of the cacao tree, they're so small, they're stuck on there, that it's hard for what process to take place?
Photosynthesis.
It's another big word, pollination. Pollination, for something to get there to pollinate those little flowers to make those beans so that we can have our Snickers bars. Okay, go again, Red.
Green things for 25.
Green for 25, big one. Multiple choice. Unlike regular plants that have these S-initialed openings on the underside of their leaves for exchanging gases, water lilies have them on top. Are these, okay, I was going to give you 3 choices. Maybe you know what they are already. Capitol Heights, what you got?
Stigma.
Stigma is a good S. Nice try, Atticus. The 3 choices of these openings on the undersides of leaves for exchanging gases, except on water lilies, Tulip Grove, your choices are stamens, stomates, or sepals.
Sepals.
The one in the middle, the stomates, the stomates. They're on the top, on the water lilies, because they're in the water, and the gases have to be able to get through. All right, you help them out there, Ethan. Okay, Dwayne, go.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo, 20 points. All right, let's look at the monitor and scare you. The newest alien animal in this area is the poisonous hammerhead worm. There it is. I get the creeps looking at it. It can reproduce from cut up parts and has just one opening in which of the following canals through which it both eats and poops? Is the canal the auditory, the alimentary, or the semicircular? Capitol Heights.
Auditory.
You're saying auditory, not the auditory canal. Tulip Grove, what 1 tube do they have, does this worm have, that it eats through and it also relieves itself through? Is it the auditory, the alimentary, or the semicircular canal?
Semicircular?
Nope, the alimentary. Alimentary. This is the alimentary canal. Goes from your mouth down to your anus. That's where all your food goes through. No points. Go again, Red.
Dateline for 20.
Dateline, 20 points. Here we go. Because fake doctors and so-called snake oil salesmen were peddling phony cures and medicines, our government in 1910 formed the FDA, the administration that came to regulate what 2 items? What 2? Come on, Tulip Grove.
Food and Drug Administration.
You got them both. Food and Drug Administration. That's the way to do it, Isaiah. Good. Go. Green.
No, we just need 25.
Go ahead. Pick.
Okay. Dateline 25.
Dateline 25. All right. Big one in that category. The 1907 Nobel Prize in Physiology went to a man by the name of Charles Laveran, who discovered it was one of these disease-causing P-initialed microorganisms.
Parasites.
Parasite it is in the mosquito's saliva that actually caused the malaria. Thanks, Atticus. You were on top of that one. Go, Dwayne.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical, 15 points. Question is as follows. The gradual method of absorption that sees fluids move from areas of high concentration to low concentration goes by what O-initialed name? All right, Capitol Heights. What you got? Let's go to Tulip Grove. Tulip Grove, the gradual method of absorption that sees fluids move from areas of high concentration to low concentration goes by what O initial name?
You weren't even listening to the question.
Jeffter. Correct answer is osmosis. Osmosis. A lot of people think that's how you can do your homework. You know, just kind of put a book there and sleep on a book and, you know, osmotically that knowledge will go in your head. That does not work. Go red. You have a 50-point lead. Where next? Lots of points to give away.
Potpourri for 15.
Potpourri, 15 points. Sweating can help you get cooler when the sweat evaporates, but it can also lead to this water loss problem. Capitol Heights.
Dehydration.
You got that right. You can get dehydrated if you lose too much water. Excellent. Good plan. Good. Red.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Your question is as follows. America stopped vaccinating against this disease back in 1972, long before you were born, and the world's last recorded case of it was in 1977. None of us have to get vaccinated against this disease ever again. Capitol Heights.
Smallpox. Smallpox.
Smallpox is correct. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Atticus. Go again, red. Dwayne.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. If you can twist your body into unusual positions, looking like a pretzel, for instance, you are said to be double or even triple what? Isaiah.
Jointed.
Jointed, absolutely right. Good, good. Oh, good. Go, green. Isaiah, you pick.
Okay. Zooparade for 10.
Zooparade for 10. All right. The body of an echidna, an egg-laying mammal in Australia, is covered with what same protective body parts as a porcupine?
Spines.
Give me another word, please.
Like thorns.
No, nope. Capitol Heights, the echidna is covered with the same protective body parts as a porcupine. What do we call those? Quills.
Quills.
Quills is the right answer there. Go again, please. Green. Isaiah, you pick.
Okay. Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Scoliosis describes an unnatural curvature of this naturally curved bone. Capitol Heights. Dwayne.
Spine.
Your spine is right. Yes, that was a good consensus answer there. Good teamwork. All right, we're down to just the 5 pointers and 1 10-pointer. Capitol Heights, you choose.
Green things for 10.
Green for 10. The parts of a leaf sound just like some of our body parts, like the veins found in leaves, and these structures that in us are the bones connected to our sternum. Capitol Heights.
Rib cage.
Ribs, that's right. There are ribs on leaves and there are veins on leaves. Very nicely done. All right. All right. Tulip Grove is not throwing in the towel yet. They're going to get these last questions. Go, Dwayne, you pick them.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline, 10 points. Question is as follows. Multiple choice. The project to map the entire DNA sequence in human beings was called which of the following? The Human Genome Project, Genotype Project, or Gene Pool Project?
Gene pool.
No, not gene pool. To map all of our DNA. The project was called the Human Genome Project, the Genotype Project, or the Gene Pool Project, Tulip Grove.
Genotype.
It was the first one, Genome, the Human Genome Project it was. Go again, red.
Zooparade for 5.
Zoo for 5. In a funny animated movie, Turbo was one of these sluggish gastropods who hoped one day to race...
Snail.
A snail, right. He wanted to race in the Indy 500, yeah, in the worst way. He got to do it. All right. Okay, Dwayne, go.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. The so-called dead bug exercise, where you lay on your back and you put your arms and your legs in the air, is good to strengthen these 3-lettered core muscles above your stomach. Capital height.
Abs.
Abs is right. Yes, indeed. All right. The buzzer is sounded, and it looks like Capitol Heights has done it. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back, everyone. You know, one team wins, but they both win because they played such a great game here today. And it's an emotional thing. Everybody wants to walk out of here with the highest score. But our score today does show that Capitol Heights with 255 is going to be our winner. They're going to move on in this competition. But Tulip Grove, what a game they played. The guys in orange over there did themselves well today. Let's have a nice round of applause for Tulip Grove with 155. Special shout out to Ethan for designing those terrific shirts over there. I'd love one of those shirts, Ethan. You got a talent. Isaiah, who's standing behind you there?
So this is our alternate Angel, and this is our alternate Zachary, and this is our alternate Michael.
And who's the big guy back there?
And that's Mr. Allen.
That's Mr. Sean Allen, a wonderful coach over there at Tulip Grove. Thank you guys for being here. You played a terrific game, and a nice round of applause for that Capitol Heights team. I love those shirts. I never asked Dwayne, who designed those shirts?
My mom.
Your mom. Well, thank you, Nicholas's mom, because that's beautiful as well. Dwayne, tell us who's back there.
This is our alternate Kalia.
Yeah?
This is our coach, Miss Nagaya. And this is Nicholas's little brother, Sebastian.
Nicholas's little brother. I know you're really proud of your brother here, aren't you, huh? Oh, yeah, he plays right along. He's made for TV. And Daisy, thank you for all that you do here. Thank you for the nice snacks you brought for the judges here today. Ah, I see. He already wants to play. He already wants to play. Thank all of you, too, for watching, and hope to see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. It's going to be Capitol Heights playing our winner from our today's first game, Beacon Heights. Till then, I'm Dave Zarin. Bye-bye now.